Oh, as long as we can all remember, standardized tests have been a part of school, and the Maryland MSAs and HSAs are going to be here before you know it.
Yes, that's right. WBOC's Midshore Bureau Chief Stephen Fisher spoke with a few local teachers who gave us tips that can help your child on their upcoming assessments.
In a few weeks, students all over Maryland will take some rather lengthy and challenging assessment tests. We sat down with a few experts who offer a few tips to help your child ace those tests. Those tips include practice.
It takes time, it takes practice, and that's how you get better.
Familiarizing students with the testing format.
They have practice assessments, they can see the format, they can see the types of questions.
And using hand-on lesson plans to relate the material to the students.
Anything that's hands-on, that keeps them engaged, that keeps them, really alert and focused on what we're doing.
To learn more about what our experts are saying to help your child on the upcoming assessment tests, tune in to WBOC News starting tonight at 11. Reporting from the Midshore, Stephen Fisher, WBOC News.
And Stephen joins us now to talk more about his story. Now, I know my 7th grader is bringing home information for his math MSA. How early do the teachers start preparing these students?
Yeah, well, believe it or not, I mean, they start the first day of school. I mean, this is not a test you can cram for. It's not a college exam that, you're going to stay up late and study for. The learning needs to be progressive, and they need to build their skills early and often.
All right, so now let's talk about the English portion. How do teachers prepare the kids? How do they prep them?
Well, I went to North Dorchester High School, and one English teacher told me they try and get them as frequently as possible on the mdk12.org website.
Right.
And anybody can visit that site. You don't have to just be a student. You don't have to just be in school. You can get there, and you can take practice assessments. You can see the questions, the type of questions, the format of the test, and they think that giving them basically a heads up will help on the test scores.
Now, when you were talking to these teachers, did they tell you what the biggest challenge is in preparing these students for the English test?
Yes, the English portion is a 3-hour test, 3-hour exam.
Wow.
They do give a few 5-minute breaks in between, but as we know, that's not enough breaks. So they say the biggest challenge is reading stamina. A lot of kids, they'll read the first passage, maybe 2, but then after that, studies show that they skim it, and they don't get the reading comprehension level that they need to be successful and answer the questions.
Can you actually build your reading stamina?
In fact, you can. Teachers all across everywhere say that to build reading stamina, all you have to do is read more. And they recommend reading outside of class, reading for fun, and it doesn't have to be books or textbooks. It can be comics, it can be online reading, whatever you want to do. As long as you're reading, they say it helps build vocabulary, and especially, Jimmy, it helps the stamina.
How about that?
Now, you spoke to teachers in middle school and in high school. They have some unique ways of preparing their students for these tests. Did you tell us about some?
Yeah, Laura Allen, she's a math teacher over at North Dorchester Middle School, and she uses a lesson plan called Trash-Get Ball, which sounds just like basketball. They make a 1-point line, 2-point line, 3-point line, and they shoot rolled up pieces of paper into a trash basket, and it's for their stem and leaf plots. It's a way for kids to calculate how much they get, and it's a way to plot the statistics for the stem and leaf plots. And I spoke to a lot of the students, and they love that. And I know for me, I'm not too far removed from school myself, and learning with hands-on activities was always best for me, and I'm sure it's good for a lot of people.
I like that game. I want to play that game.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Good for that game.
And you can watch Stephen's full story, Helping with Tests, the upcoming assessments, tonight on the WBOC News at 11.
Stephen, thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Well, up next on Delmarva Live, for some people, there's nothing like a good cup of coffee to start the day.
Yeah, I'm one of them. And today we're going to Common Grounds Coffee Shop in Salisbury to find out what it takes to make the perfect cup of joe. Delmarva Life at its best here on Delmarva.